Hello everybody. Are you doing the happy dance? I know I am. I can't believe how excited I am that on Monday we will all be together again. It is just such great news. Please remember to check the website for the Zoom information for tomorrow morning and tomorrow evening. We have a meeting at 8 in the morning and 7 in the evening that you can choose to participate in, where you'll be able to ask any kind of questions, and I'm going to be going over all the documentation and kind of the procedures and protocols. So if you get the opportunity, please take a look at everything ahead of time, and we will talk tomorrow. Now tonight, I am reading you someone very special. It's his favorite book. My husband has been the one doing all these videos every night, and this is his favorite story, Peter Pan. So I'm going to read that for you tonight. So it's Walt Disney's Peter Pan. There was a place, a faraway place, where the sun always shone, the sky was always blue, and no one ever grew old. This place was called Neverland, and it was where Peter Pan and Tinker Bell lived. Not so very far away in the city of London lived John, Wendy, and Michael Darling. Every night they would gather in the nursery to hear Wendy tell wonderful tales of Peter Pan's adventures with friendly Indians and nasty pirates in Neverland. One night, when Wendy was telling John and Michael a favorite Peter Pan story, Nana, their St. Bernard, started barking outside in the yard. Not a moment later, Peter Pan appeared with Tinker Bell. "I came to find my shadow," said Peter Pan. "Nana took it from me the other night as I was secretly listening to your stories." "Here it is," said Wendy. John and Michael looked on in amazement as she sewed it back onto Peter's body. "I'm so glad we saw you tonight, Peter," Wendy said. "You see, tonight's my last night in the nursery because tomorrow I have to grow up." "But that means no more stories," cried Peter, "unless I take you all back to Neverland with me." "Look, they're flying." Wendy, John, and Michael couldn't believe their ears. "That would be wonderful," they shouted. Peter Pan sprinkled some of Tinker Bell's pixie dust over the children and told them to think happy thoughts. "Now you can fly," said Peter. Suddenly, they were all soaring through the skies of London, heading directly toward Neverland. Down below, they saw golden rainbows and blue waterfalls and mermaids singing in a lagoon. It was the most beautiful place they had ever seen. There were beaches and deep forests, and of course, there was the Indian camp. Yes, this indeed was Neverland. "This way," called Peter Pan as Wendy, John, and Michael landed in one of the forests. He led them to the secret underground home where he lived with his good friends, the Lost Boys. John and Michael played with the boys while Peter and Wendy went to visit the beautiful mermaids in the lagoon. It was there that Peter Pan spied the Indian chief's daughter, Tiger Lily, tied up in the boat of the evil Captain Hook. Peter and Wendy could overhear the pirate demanding, "Tell me the hiding place of Peter Pan," but Tiger Lily wouldn't tell. "I have to save her," Peter told Wendy. They flew off together to Skull Rock, where Captain Hook had taken Tiger Lily. There, Peter challenged Captain Hook to a thrilling duel. Peter was so quick and brave that at last the nasty pirate landed in the water, only to be chased back to his ship by a ferocious crocodile. Peter rescued Tiger Lily and returned her to her father, the chief. Captain Hook was very angry. "That cursed Peter Pan! I shall have my revenge against him once and for all," he cried. He captured Tinker Bell and forced her to show him where Peter Pan lived. Then he caged her in a lantern. As Captain Hook's band of pirates approached Peter Pan's home, the Darlings and the Lost Boys were coming up from underground. One by one, they were captured and taken to the pirate ship. "Peter Pan will save us," Wendy said bravely. Captain Hook roared with wicked laughter. "Peter Pan will never be able to save you," he shouted. "You will walk the plank." No one noticed as Tinker Bell escaped from the lantern. She flew as fast as she could to alert Peter Pan. Once Tinker Bell reached Peter Pan, he raced out to sea to rescue his friends. "I've come to stop you once and for all, Captain Hook," cried Peter Pan. "This time you've gone too far." After another fierce duel, Peter Pan threw Hook and all the pirates overboard. Hook was chased by the crocodile, and nobody cared to save him. "Thank you ever so much for rescuing us, Peter," said Wendy. "We would love to stay in Neverland a while longer, but it's getting late, and I think it's time for us to leave." John and Michael nodded in agreement. "Well, if that's the case," said Peter, "we'll sail tonight." Once again, Peter Pan sprinkled Tinker Bell's pixie dust over everyone, and Captain Hook's pirate ship was suddenly sailing through the skies of Neverland, heading back to the Darlings' home in London. But before Peter Pan and Tinker Bell started off for Neverland, Peter Pan and Tinker Bell started off for Neverland, they made Wendy, John, and Michael promise to never forget them, and they never did. That's a very special story, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed telling it to you. So, we have stories tomorrow night and Friday night, and then we are back to school, and I am so excited. We will see you tomorrow. Good night.